Hi everyone, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Filipino martial arts. It's a system that I recommend to everybody. It teaches you how to use tools. Now, most of the time, and I say most of the time, Filipino martial arts, they start you out on weapons or tools, however you want to word it. But they teach you how to swing a stick, how to work with knives, work with machetes, and they don't teach handwork until after the fact. Now, you start learning a certain amount of checking and stuff. So, if you have a knife like this and you're running all the time, okay, you're playing with this, you know exactly where your knife's at. And so, with this one being sharp, I understand the tool. I know exactly what it's doing, where my hand is, in conjunction with my knife, so that I'm not going to get cut. Now, as you learn how to wheel a stick, okay, no matter where I'm at here, okay, this is just an extension of my hand, okay. I still understand that this, okay, where that's going to be, okay, so the whole time that I'm wheeling the stick or a knife or a chair, okay, it's just an extension of my hand. So if I'm here and I strike here, one here, this hand is still working. Now I can be, throwing crosses at any time. So my handwork starts becoming part of the stick work. And that's why in the Filipino systems, why we train our students on weapon first and then hands later. Because the more you train with a weapon, the better you get with your hands. So all these little checks that I put in here, okay, here, it's the same if I'm throwing a cross or a hook or an uppercut or whatever it may be. I may move into here and throw this. Now, just because I'm throwing here doesn't mean that this is empty hand. I may have a blade here, okay, that I come through with the blade and cut. Now, at any time that I'm levering here, the blade may go in, okay? The hand may go in. Boom, I may hit. So learning the Filipino arts, it's going to make it so much easier to survive attack. And I say that to say this. If I'm in Walmart, there's stuff all around me, all kinds of tools. It could be a bag of peas. It could be an apple. It could be a magazine. And so, getting used to the point to where you say, everywhere I go, there's something. There's always something. And that's why the Filipino system is such a great system. Because if you're a really good Wing Chun practitioner, if you're a really good Thai boxer, if you're a really good Taekwondo guy, the Philippine art is only going to make you better at that art. Now, because you're using tools. And so keep that in mind as you guys are out there training. Find somebody that teaches the Filipino arts. And, because it's like certain situations, I'm going to have to understand how to defend out of that. If I'm out and I'm out in the woods, okay, I've got tools all around me. I have trees, I have rocks, I have gravel. And you learn how to use all that to your advantage. Now, it may be something off my car. It may be the seatbelt in my car. It may be a lug wrench. But we don't have to do, once you understand the Filipino art, then everything becomes a tool. And so, maybe my scarf, maybe, or if I'm snapping with the scarf, maybe it's the chain I'm wearing around my neck. Maybe, it could be a knife, it could be a karambit, it could be, a folding knife. But the whole point is you learn the Filipino arts and you learn how to use all those tools. And some of the tools you don't have to learn, just because if you learn how to work a stick and you learn how to work a knife, you can work a chair. Okay, you could work a spare tire. You could work, anything. And it's that, this is our weapon. Okay, I guess I would say, having the knowledge there of how to use and that extension of the hand, no matter what it is, if it's a spear, okay, if it's a staff, it's a walking stick, okay. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to point out to you, to everyone today. Find somebody who teaches Filipino arts and dive into it, because it's only going to complement what you do. One of my Filipino instructors told me, quite a while back, me being a Wing Chun Do practitioner, he says, wow, he says, my handwork, he says, your handwork's good. He says, I would just keep polishing your handwork with your knife work, with your stick work. And so that's kind of what I've done. I've taken, the Wing Chun, and put with the Kali work and with the boxing, and I've tried to make it all blend one together. And so when you're out and about and you're looking, find somebody who teaches Kali, teaches Eskrima, teaches Arnis, and learn how to use your tools, because we're never empty-handed. Never. There's always something. I mean, I can take my jacket off and use it as a weapon. I can take my belt off and use it as a weapon. And make sure you don't have to get in an altercation to know what tools are around you. When I walk through the store, I'm looking, I'm going, okay, well, there's a can of soup there, okay? There's a water bottle there, okay? So, Filipino martial arts. Find somebody that you can study under, and have a good Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video.